The next map here, chosen by Stephano, is his favorite GSL Antigua Shipyard. And just make sure he does know there's no gold base, remember. Go. Ref and go.
He knows, he knows.
Stephano knows. And we are ref and then go. And Stephano really, really enjoys this map. He's very, very aggressive with it, for sure. He, a lot of the time, I'm actually need to put myself on busy. I could have been trolled bad. But anyway, he likes it because it's very easy for Protoss players to take a third base. And Stephano is very good against people who take early third bases.
Yes, yes, he is. And here we go. Millennium Stephano right here. Surprisingly for some, not so much for us, trailing by 1 game in this best of 3 series. He's in the pink trunks playing Zerg to the west of the Antigua Shipyard versus his opponent, Dignitas Bischu. He is in the yellow trunks and he is playing Protoss to the east.
And just to alliterate the group, it's Stephano, Show, Bischu, and DBS. DBS, a relatively unknown German player, but Stephano and Show, Bischu, you know, it's a very similar scenario to the previous group where you'd expect on paper it to be a fight between Bischu and Show to get second place and Stephano take first place. But when you have Bischu coming out like this, winning the first game, you know, that's great for him. And I love what we're seeing here as well from Bischu. Pylon in the inside of the base. I love this because Stephano is known for choosing this map, then going 10 pool or 9 pool, and then forcing you to be in a bunch of trouble because you've gone for a pylon forge fast expand. So I really like this from Bischu. What he probably wants to do here is just go ahead and go 1 gate expand. Very, very good on this map as well, especially if you can catch somebody off guard if they go early spawning pool and you just get an economic advantage. But the thing he has to be careful about is following the gas. Does Stephano take gas anytime soon? Because if he does, you can't go 1 gate expansion. If he doesn't, go ahead. Yeah,
exactly. What it comes down to is if you don't have gas, the only aggressive force you have are slow Zerglings, which generally speaking is pretty useless. We have, I did actually see 1 game where Idra was able to bust a Forge Fast Expand with slow Zerglings. That was quite embarrassing for the person that got bust. Whatever the case, it usually does not happen. And if, of course, you see the gas, then you can expect either a Baneling bust or more likely perhaps very early Roach pressure.
And nice pylon block here from Bischu. Liking it. To be honest, if he doesn't take gas, you can actually 4 gate on this map really well.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard cross positions. This is cross position only as well. Then it's also very, very hard for you to scout as a Zerg player.
Yeah.
Because you can't get overlords into position. So, so far the Chrono Burst has been used twice, not 3 times. So that may be an option for Bischu just to go ahead and close it up. He does have a hidden probe. If he builds a pylon down here, we may see that. It is an option for him, especially if we see Stephano unscoutingly taking a third base fast, because he's expecting Forge Fast Expand here. And very, very shortly, we'll always see the Chrono Boost go in. The second gas has not been taken.
That's a lot of Chrono Boost. I think this is going to happen, honestly. And you know what? It makes sense.
It could.
It's because it's Antigua Shipyard. Bischu knows more, as well as anyone else what Antigua Shipyard means when Stephano picks it. Stephano's so strong on this map, a massively high win percentage. How do you deal with that?
I think he's going to do it. He stopped pro production. He's at 20 pros right now. I really do feel Bischu's just going to go ahead and 4 gate Stephano. There's the third base. Why is Stephano taking a third base against what he doesn't know is coming? He's going to go ahead, see no Forge, see no Nexus, see no Pylon, and he's going to be like, what? And there goes 1, 2, 3, 4 gateways. The Overlord, though. The Overlord, oh my god. This Overlord may be Stephano's saving grace at the south side. If he goes in, which he may do because he doesn't see an expansion, then he may be able to do it. But at the same time, there's no gas. Gas has only just been taken. And there is the probe still unscouted as well. He can throw down a Pylon now, and this is going to be the sickest thing in the world.
Pylon is down.
This is the sickest thing.
Pylon is down, and Stephano is going in the wrong direction. He hasn't turned north yet. If you just get the cursor and shove
Bischu
the
could
Overlord,
actually 2-0 Stephano right now.
It is most likely going to happen.
He knows something's wrong. Stephano knows something's wrong. He's building a spine crawler. He's building links. He knows something's wrong, but he doesn't have speed. He doesn't have a Roach Warrior. He's literally going to have 2 spine crawlers and slow links. The third base will go down. The natural will go down. And all of a sudden, oh my god, this is going to happen. And there comes the warp in very, very shortly. Oh my god.
Surprise,
Stephano. What's up? Welcome to the 4 gate.
Yes, welcome to the 4 gate. We've got fun and games. And down goes Stephano's expansion. There's not a lot he can really do to that. He's going to have to continue to build up as many links as he can in order to deal with this. But it's an unscouted 4 gate with no speed, no roaches, and 3 bases from the Zerg. even if you're Stephano, how the hell do you hold that?
Well, the thing is, he's going to hold his main. Remember, it's a 4-gate, so he's cut probes at 20 probes.
Yeah.
Bischu has to kill him, but there's 2 spine crawlers and lings. So I really like this, what Stephano's doing. He doesn't care about this third base anymore. He just doesn't want to die, right? So he's actually in a good position, and we're actually seeing pro production start again. So we will be seeing a Nexus come down very, very shortly here, and Stephano already has an Overlord in position on the natural to actually scout for the Nexus to come down. So Stephano is not in a horrible position right now.
Yeah, Bischu actually doesn't know about the third as well. He has no scouting confirmation of that whatsoever. If he has potentially neglected that and thought that his opponent went just a really, really late expo onto the natural, then Bischu's losing an opportunity here to strike and destroy another hatchery.
And speed is on its way now as well. So, and you can see the Nexus being made, but Stephano sees it. This is so good from Stephano. He sees the Nexus, and so what we're going to see is literally all in, a counter all in from Stephano. Look how many Zerglings he has. Speed is about to finish. All these units are going to die in the center of the map because he can't warp in any more units because he's building probes, taking gas, building pylons.
However, he does have two force fields worth of energy to force field that ramp. He can hold it for a while.
He can, but then he's going to have to sacrifice sentries. So, oh no!
Oh dear God! Oh, why?
Missed force fields, really sloppy force fields as well.
Dear.
And more lings are being made from both hatcheries. And all of a sudden, this counter roll in, I think, is going to end. There's a counter attack already on the natural that slipped away from that third base. Pylon going down. And all of a sudden, Bischu had the game in his hand, but now his force has been cleaned up.
Oh dear God, yeah. The fact that he let all those lings down the ramp and then failed the force field on the wider ramp is disastrous. That could have gone so well for him. Stephano holds it, and at this point, Stephano is actually just going to rebuild drones. And I don't think he's even going to continue just to throw units at his opponent. He's going to re-expand. Because he went 3 bases even after losing 1, he still had the lead because he had this unscouted hatchery down here. Bischu still doesn't have any idea about it. And now Stephano looking at Menace, and he should be able to do so. Once again, the force fields do not prevent the links from getting around, and they're straight into the mineral line.
Yeah, really nice harassment here by Stephano. And like you said, just expanding all over the place. Going to drone up very heavily right now. 28 to 27, 8 more in production. And Bischu is wasting a lot of energy right now. So he's going to be able to stabilize for now, but he has to waste a lot of gas in sentries he can't tech up because he has to hold.
Yeah, he must. There's no real choice about that, is there?
These force fields are not good either. He could have got a lot more Zerglings there. Could have killed all of them, actually. But he's still holding on. But at the same time, Stephano's going to start to go out of control. Look at the creep spread as well. So many active creep tumors.
Yeah, it's looking very, very nice for him as well. Oh my God, that is ridiculous. This is just absolutely ridiculous coming in from Stephano, looking to expand forward once again with the creep and maybe then take control of the center. It doesn't matter if it's goal base or not. He likes to take that middle base because it effectively acts as a proxy hatchery. It's halfway through to your opponent's base. You can spawn units and get aggressive.
And we are seeing a bit of a poke in action from Bischu. As soon as he touches creep, you turn around. Very simple maneuvers of where you force units to be made rather than drones. You force spine cores to be made rather than anything else. And so Bischu, Stephano doesn't know if that's a continual aggression or if it's not. He's now going to control the Xel'Naga Tower, and these 3 spine crawlers are useless. And these lings aren't going to help out that much. He will be able to continue to harass, but that's a pretty good maneuver there from Bischu. Meanwhile, robotics facility going up, and third and fourth gas has been taken. So this is a pretty crazy game, which is still going either way, but we do have layer going down as well. What would be magical, and I mean it, magical, from Stephano if he was to go into Mutilis, take all 6 gases right now?
Yeah, because there's really no way that it can be held, right? Just look at the Zealot count. There's 3 Stalkers there, few sentries. Zealot count is really high. There isn't a big possibility of Bischu holding against Mass Muter at this point. 1 gas has been taken on the natural, the expansion there, but the natural has no gas taken at all. So I really wonder what he's going for. Is it just going to be roaches with speed? We've seen this before from him, and it can be quite effective.
Yeah, it's going to be double upgrades. The evolution chambers come down now as well, so going to be double upgrades into Zerglings, +1/+1 carapace and melee attack, while having roaches kind of stabilize. Actually decided to go into roaches, so I know exactly what he's doing. He's going into what Stephano loves to do on this map, is pure roaches.
Pure roach, exactly. We've seen
SR quoting the interview.
SR, yeah. How do you win games, Stephano? S and R. Hold down R. It does the job. He goes mass roach. He tends to go as many upgrades as possible. He does go tunneling claws as well against Protoss, which negates the effects of force fields quite nicely. Also allows him to harass, and it really, really works. It does. Once you really ramp up that roach production and you get the upgrade lead, which Stephano already has the upgrade lead since he has started the missile attack. His opponent has not. And, you know, he is in a perfect position to just go wrecking ball.
Yeah, he's going to go wrecking ball right now. He's building 10 roaches. Can Bischu hold? He's going double forges now to keep up with his upgrades, but he needs to start building cannons up here as well. He's going to wall off, build cannons. The thing is, if these roaches hit very soon, but roach speed is still halfway from complete, so they might not hit in time. But a Colossus is a so-so decision. But I'm actually looking around. Okay, there's the observer. Okay, so Bischu now sees roaches in production. Colossus is so-so. I'd prefer to have a second Immortal out, actually, and then go Colossus, simply because Immortals are so good combined with force fields against the roaches. Bischu is using the observer to go around. He sees that all the gases aren't taken, so he knows basically what's going on.
Yeah, it's got to be Roach and Lane because he simply cannot afford anything else on that many gas, and you can narrow that down.
He's coming.
Yes, he is. He's sneaking up, and army supply. I'm not liking the look of that.
He's got a lot of force fields, so he can hold for a while, but the single cannon's not going to be enough.
No.
He builds a second, but
we brought friends. It's simple as that. That cannon does get a few shots off. He doesn't want to move the Lings in there because of the presence of the Colossus. Will cut its way through there quite nicely. Stephano looking to try and flank around. +1 attack has been completed.
In the making, TotalBiscuit as well.
Yes, he really is going.
Probes!
Oh, yes, delicious probes. Stephano must have them. Here comes the pressure, and he snipes the Colossus. A massive maneuver right there.
The probes are caught in the force fields. The economy of Bischu caught within its own force fields.
Oh, that is such a cruel way to go. If probes had emotions, there would be proby little tears. Stephano now getting really aggressive onto the natural. Down goes the robotics facility. Another robot's going to be sniped off before the Colossus comes out. That means no Immortals for you, no Colossus for you, and he's not even going to get extended thermal lance out either. This is disastrous right here for Bischu.
Yeah, this is why Stephano's so good on this map. This is why he chooses it as well, because he tears apart third base and natural, goes in between both, exploits the immobility of a defensive Protoss as they're trying to build up an army, and really great play from Stephano, changing the game around. 153 supply versus 83 currently.
Oh my, and that Immortal will be able to clean that up, but it's just going to be aggression. There's 30 roaches on the field, there's 4 more being built, they're streaming into the base, work your +2 attack as well. There's roaches over here, there's roaches over there, and there's the GG.
Roaches everywhere. It's
roaches everywhere.
Roaches everywhere. Stephano ties the series up 1-1. And the one good thing for Bischu is that he won the first game.
Yes.
And that second game was a risk-taking maneuver.
It was
a calculated risk, as I like to call it, because it was very calculated in the thought process towards that 4-gate. So
yeah, it could have gone a lot better. He didn't know about the third base the entire time. It wasn't technically the third base, it was actually the second base, because of course Stephano does what he likes to do, which is, you're going to pylon block me, I'm just going to go over here now. And that wasn't scouted there by Bischu. If he had, he could have taken 2 hatcheries with that engagement and then pulled back. As it stood out, he didn't. He hung around in the natural for no real reason, like, should I go, should I stay, or should I go? And he decided that he was going to stay, which of course resulted in him dying horribly, and still couldn't pick off that hatchery. So that was,
to be honest, the perfect move there from Bischu was to simply leave both sentries. Go home with everything else. Leave both. Sacrifice the sentries. Don't sacrifice everything.
Yeah.
Go home, force field until they die. Forget about the pylons. Save all the zealots and stalkers. And he could even just leave 1 sentry, to be honest. 1 sentry has 2 force fields.
Yeah.
That's enough time. 2 force fields. The duration of 2 force fields is enough time
to get back to your base.
To get back to the base. And then you can start to fortify the natural. It would have been the best thing for Bischu to do there. But under pressure. I know you did a song, I had to do one too, so under pressure it's a little bit more difficult. We're sitting here with water, kick back our feet.
Yep, I actually have
a
magical hat. I can bring treats out of this hat. It's wonderful. Look at that.